If you guys are interested in being a member, then click the join button down below to check out the available perks. The first tier is only $1. Thank you to those of you who choose to join. What's up, Mod Squad? Welcome to another Division 2 video. Before we get into the video, if you're already subscribed to me, then don't forget to smash that like button, as it really helps push our videos into the recommended section, which in turn helps the channel grow. With the latest news of the Division 2 apparel event and year 3 content being delayed, your support is needed now more than ever. Interaction is a big part of what helps us in the YouTube algorithm, and the extra support is very much appreciated. So help us reach that 500 like goal and drop a comment below letting me know how you feel about the latest Division 2 content delays. Today I have a different type of video for you. Not only will this be a build video, but an informational one as well. As recently I came across a Reddit post that exposes the TU14 Striker gear set as doing a lot more damage than the description on the gear set claims, making the Striker chest piece possibly the third most powerful chest piece in the game. So with the permission of the owner of the Reddit post, we will go over it before getting into today's build. If you guys want to see the exact math, I will leave the Reddit post in the description below. With that said, let's take a look over this post. It starts off by saying, now that Strikers has been buffed and a lot of people are using it, I want to go over how the damage bonus works for those who are not familiar. He or she then goes on to say the stacks are multiplicative with themselves, not additive. Example, one stack increases damage by 0.5% or 1.005, 2 stacks increase damage by 1.0025% or 1.010025 times. It doesn't sound like much, but with 50 to 100 stacks it adds up. At 50 stacks, baseline Strikers has a damage bonus of 28.3%. So baseline Striker is at 28.3% increase, not 25. The chest piece increases stacks from 50 to 100, which is a total bonus of 64.7%. The backpack increases stack damage from 0.5% to 0.65% on its own. At 50 stacks, the Striker bonus is at 38.2%. Both backpack and chest piece is at 0.65% and 100 stacks, which comes out to a damage bonus of a whopping 91.1%. The backpack is the weakest bonus. On its own, it only improves overall damage by 16% with the chest piece, and at 100 stacks or a measly 7 to 8% without the chest piece at 50 stacks. High-end DPS backpack talents can easily surpass that amount. Theoretically, only a niche build would use the Striker backpack, and a high-end would have more DPS with a talent that fits your playstyle. Basically, the backpack is trash, so do not use it. He or she then goes on to say, theoretically, I would assume that 4-piece Strikers with perfect focus and Sawyer's knee pads would have the highest or one of the highest damage ceilings of the game for the sit back at range playstyle for full auto guns, and the bonuses are relatively easy to keep up. So guys, these are the actual stat bonuses. Striker 4-piece bonus with 50 stacks, 28.3%. Striker 4-piece bonus with 50 stacks and a backpack, 38.2%. Striker 4-piece bonus with 100 stacks, 64.7%. Striker 4-piece bonus with 100 stacks and backpack, 91.1%. High-end chest piece backpack DPS talents can be stronger than this set piece bonus, but the chest piece is the strongest by a wide margin. So guys, that is the post, and I'd like to thank the owner for allowing me to use this information, which I think is great work, and I honestly wish a lot more people would do things like this. Again, if you want to see the maths on this, I will leave the link in the description below to the post. Now with that said, let's take a look at today's build, which rivals my Hunter's Fury one-man army build. Now although the Hunter's Fury build does hit harder within 15 meters and has more utility in the form of armor and status effect on kill, Strikers can compete with its damage, as Strikers damage is quicker to gain and easier to keep. You're also not required to get kills to gain stacks or kill within a 10-second time frame to keep stacks. All you have to do with Strikers is land your shots. Striker's damage also isn't limited by range like Hunter's Fury, allowing you to do high damage up close and at distance. The lack of utility in my opinion is made up in DPS via RPM and weapon handling, allowing SMGs to perform a lot better at range. Also when it comes to Strikers, there's a lot less requirements and restrictions to gain and keep damage. I will be using the chest piece in today's build, as it allows us to have 100 stacks and gives us more consistent damage. This is a pretty basic build to make, and it offers an insane amount of damage and survivability. Just off one kill alone, you gain 50% bonus armor on kill, 10% weapon damage on kill, 5% rate of fire on kill, 10% armor on kill, and 20% movement speed on kill. This isn't including all the crit damage on kill you can stack, helping you reach up to 225% as well as max crit chance, depending on the weapon you use. At its base, this build has 1.7 million armor, and fully stacked is capable of reaching well over 3 million. On top of being a tank, we have plenty of survivability from the 2 types of armor on kill, as well as 3% armor regen, so not only does this build have burst forms of healing, but passive healing as well, both types helping in different situations. Now if that isn't impressive enough, when it comes to this build's damage numbers, when fully stacked you're hitting 900k crits to the head and 700k plus crits to the body. This build is not only great for run and gun, but it's also insanely good for medium range fights 20 meters plus. To make the most of this build, you'll need an aggressive playstyle to keep both damage and armor stacks active. The more you kill, the stronger you get. This build's perfect for all heroic content, whether that's control points, bounties or the summit, and it's a lot of fun to use. Now we have spoke a little bit about the build and I'll showcase some of what it's capable of. Let's get into a quick build breakdown. Right guys, starting off with the specialization, and we are using the gunner. Reason being is it synergizes so well with the rest of our build. This specialization offers DPS, survivability and utility. As you can see, we get the right foam grenade, which is great for both PVE and PvP. If you can funnel enemies and then use this grenade, you will snare a bunch of them, which makes them easier to kill. Up next, killing enemies grants 10% armor. Next, every third reload is 50% faster. That's going to add to DPS, and it comes in clutch, especially when you're using a low mag SMG. The armor kit on this build gives us 100% armor repair and then 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Every specialization has a skill with it that you can unlock, and as you can see is the Banshee Pulse. You can see in the gameplay that is very effective, stuns NPCs, making them easier to kill. This specialization also generates 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Which is great if you're a solo player, because you'll find you'll never run out of ammo. If you're not picking it up through NPCs, then this specialization will be replenishing it for you. Up next, rate of fire increased by 5% on kill. This is just going to add to our DPS, helping us kill faster. 50% pulse resistant, that's going to help when you're in a dark zone. And that is pretty much it for the specialization. So with that said, let's move on to the build breakdown. Right guys, starting off with the build with our primary weapon, which is the Lady Death. Why the Lady Death? Because it's so damn overpowered. If you have it, why wouldn't you use it? If you don't, second choice I would say is the MPX with the Talent Killer. I'm loving that in a minute, because this is a build where you want to chain kills. Killer just fits in perfectly. We'll look at that in a second. Looking at the attachments on this Lady Death though, 10% crit chance on the scope. We have 5% crit damage on the muzzle. The grip gives us 500% melee damage, and the magazine gives us the extra 10% reload speed. If you haven't got a Lady Death, then I would highly suggest using the SIG MPX, as it has great range. I think it's 22 meters. Looking at the attachments on this weapon, 5% crit chance on the scope, 5% crit chance on the laser pointer, 5% crit chance on the suppressor, and the mag gives us the extra 20 rounds minus reload speed, but that gets made up for by STRIKER'S weapon handling buff. Looking at the talent, we have Killer. Killing an enemy with a critical hit gains 40% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. You can stack this with Vindictive and Finisher and gain around 225% critical hit damage. That is a lot of crit damage on top of all that weapon damage we're getting from STRIKER'S. Now moving on to our secondary, and it's important you run this guys if you want to get those stats quickly, as shotguns gain the stacks super quick when it comes to STRIKER'S. I am using the ACS 12, basically the showstopper from Division 1. The talent is Vindictive. Killing an enemy with a status effect applied grants you and your allies 15% critical hit chance and 15% critical hit damage for 20 seconds. And this is something, again, you can stack with the Finisher talent. When it comes to the attachments, 5% critical hit chance on the scope and 5% crit chance on the laser pointer. Moving on to the sidearm, which does play a vital role in this build, we have the Orbit Pistol, or you can use any other pistol with the Finisher talent. We have Perfect Finisher. Swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy grants 35% critical hit chance and 40% critical hit damage for 15 seconds. Now, if you haven't got the Orbit Pistol, I'd highly recommend the TDI card, another named pistol. It gives you one skill tier. This is going to make your Banshee Pulse a lot bigger and make it last longer. And then roll in the Finisher talent on this weapon, as again, you can see 30% critical hit chance and 30% critical hit damage, 10% less critical hit damage than you get from the Orbit Pistol, and 5% less crit chance. When it comes to the attachments, 5% crit chance on the scope, 5% crit chance on the suppressor, 10% crit chance on the small laser pointer, and the magazine gives us the extra 11 rounds. Now that we have covered the weapons guys, let's look at the gear pieces. And like I said earlier in the video, this is a very simple build to make. Looking at the mask, we have max armor 170k, we have 10.3% critical hit damage, 12% critical hit damage via a mod. The chest piece, so we gain the extra 100 stacks, as you can see at the bottom. The Press the Advantage increases max stacks on Striker's Gamble from 50 to 100%. We have 15% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage, and 12% critical hit damage via a mod. Now, I would suggest farming the Summit, guys, if you haven't got a chest piece or you haven't got Striker pieces in general. Super easy to get. Find a boss floor, wipe the bosses, leave some NPCs left, and then fast travel out to the lobby, and then do it over and over again. You can just farm the bosses. Looking at the holster, our Striker's holster, 170k armor with 4 0.6% crit chance. This isn't even maxed out, guys, and it hits like an absolute truck. Knee pads, we do have the Fox Prayer knee pads on, as you can see. We have 170k armor, 8% damage to targets out of cover for that multiplicative damage, and 12% critical hit damage. Now, this is up to you guys. If you're using a Lady Death, you might want to stack up on the armor damage. Looking at our gloves, we have the Striker gloves with 170k armor again and 11.4% critical hit damage. And like I said, if you want to switch out the knee pads and go for the Contractor's gloves instead, so you can get that 8% damage to armor, then you can stack that for the damage to armor you gain from the Lady Death. Now onto the backpack, and of course it is the Memento, best backpack for any solo build in the game. 15% weapon damage, 170k armor, 1 skill tier, 12% critical hit damage via mod, the kill confirmed talent, we gain 50% bonus armor on kill, 10% weapon damage on kill. The skill efficiency is going to help buff our pulse and our striker drone. The striker drone is going to be used as a distraction, and the pulse is going to help us stack up on the extra crit damage and crit chance. Also guys, don't forget, do not sleep on the passive bonuses of this backpack. 30% weapon damage, 3% armor regen, and 30% skill efficiency. All things that gel really well with this build. Looking at the skills, I am using the striker drone. I usually go between the striker drone and the decoy just because it serves as a distraction to NPCs. The striker drone I like a little bit more as it lasts longer and it has more health and it can travel along with you. When it comes to the attachments on here, 7.5% duration, 9.2% health, and 4.8% damage. Looking at my pulse, we have the Gunner Specialization Banshee Pulse, 15% radius on there, the special mod that you get because you're using the gunner, and then we have 15% effect duration, and as you can see it is a tier 2 and it will get stronger when you get the long-term buffs for the Memento and pick up trophies. And that is pretty much it for the build, guys. We're going to look at the stat sheet right now. I'm not going to talk through it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'll reply like I always do. Smash that like button to help us get to that 500 like goal, as the likes and comments are even more crucial to the channel now because of the drop in the player base and the fact that we have to wait for the new content. So the support is very much needed and appreciated, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Mod Squad.